So today we are going to be breaking down the support guide in Rogue Company. So let's get to it. So firstly we have to figure out the 3 support rogues, and they are Runway, Dahlia, and Saint. Runway is more of a utility focused rogue, while Saint and Dahlia are more of your traditional medics. And so if you're just beginning out in the game, Saint is obviously the pick that you want to go for to understand the concept of reviving and when to revive and other things like that. But we'll get onto that in the tips, which are now. So the first thing that mainly applies to Saint and Dahlia players is don't use your ability if there is no need to use your ability. And what I mean by this is if we have no pressure and you can easily revive me by hand, don't use the drone or don't use, Dahlia's ability, because you need to revive by hand to save that ability for something that may be a bit more important. Now, obviously, if they are across the map, then you can use your ability for certain. But you need to understand that there are times that even though you still have your ability, you can also res by hand as well. And so the next tip that I have for you guys is that you want to focus on healing as a support rogue, even as Runway. And so I would recommend picking up the perk Lifeline for both Saint and Dahlia and Helping Hands for Runway. And then you also need to focus on survivability. And so you need to focus on things like Tenacity and Headstrong, which are the perks that you want to be using to really bolster your survivability, especially as a healer. And this leads on to the next tip. That tip is that you need to learn to adapt to pressure. Pressure is very important, especially when you are trying to down a healer. However, when you are the healer, this can be very detrimental towards you, and you can basically reverse the enemy team's progress, and that is why you need to understand that as a healer you will be pressured a lot into certain gunfights and other things like that. So just learning your gunplay, but also learning how to adapt to that pressure is very important as well. The final and very last tip of today's video is that you have to understand that you have lots of utility. As a support rogue, you need to be playing on the offensive or the defensive a lot of the time, and you need to fit into certain team compositions. So utility has to be very, very versatile, and so therefore you need to understand that things like trip mines, smoke grenades will be there as a deterrent, but things like C4, Semtex grenades, and frag grenades will be there for more aggressive style of players. And so therefore, overall, you just need to understand your different parts of utility that will help you along your journey of being a support rogue. That's going to have to do it for today's video. Go check out the video on the screen right now, and I'll see you guys all in tomorrow's daily upload. We're on the road to 200 subscribers, so please subscribe. Alright, I'll see you guys all in tomorrow's daily upload. Bye-bye.